Good morning, good afternoon, folks. Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be covering an overview of Managed Workplace, the remote monitoring and management tool from Barracuda MSP. Little introduction about myself. My name is Ken Bartlett. I am a sales engineer, solution engineer manager here at Barracuda MSP. I've been working with this product for about 4 years, and I have a history from the MSP space, so I'm familiar with managed services and the struggles that our MSP partners see on a day-to-day basis. So I can certainly associate with the pain that comes from servicing different verticals or different customers or delivering services in this space. That being said, this is one of many components within the suite of Barracuda's MSP's product line, whether it be email security, backup. We're looking at email threat protection and advanced intelligence and AI built around those email-based threats, or this management tool here, Managed Workplace, as we refer to it, which is the latest edition. A little bit of clerical work before we get started here. The interface notes section, this allows you to interact with us during this presentation. Of course, you can chat and ask questions. Feel free to engage us here. We will answer these at the end, so I will have the opportunity to go through and address those questions as we go. So don't be afraid to use that interface. Quick poll question here. Some of you might see this through the Zoom meeting, but I put it up on screen here just for reference. What are some of the challenges you're facing today when it comes to managing and delivering managed services to your customers? I'll give you about 20, 30 seconds to respond, and then we'll review the results. Alrighty, looks like everyone's completed that poll. Thank you very much for participating. From the top down, looks like number one at 31% is too many solutions to manage. So certainly this resonates with many of our partners, working with multiple vendors, working with DISTI, working direct. All of these provide unique relationships that you as a service provider have to manage and understand, both from a conceptual but also a technical level. So certainly that's the top of the stack there. Just behind it at 27%, too many service models. So different service delivery models for different customers, different vertical specific customers. That can be certainly a burden as far as standardizing your offerings in order to streamline your business processes is very difficult when you're adjusting service models constantly for each and every customer. And then tied for third, not enough visibility into the network to prevent future issues, and then retaining customers because of overtime and not seeing the value that an MSP is bringing to the business. Certainly as a managed service provider, the more proactive you get, setting expectations, giving visibility to your end customers about the work that's being done is critical. Oftentimes when things are working and just ticking along, the end customer, the partner, your customer is not aware that you're actually involved in their business from a technical support or a technical maintenance sort of perspective. They just assume that things work on their own. They kind of remove themselves from the need for that service. So that's something to keep in mind, is positioning, showing value through reporting, and giving visibility to the customer to understand where the time is being spent and where their money is going. And lastly, retraining technical staff due to long hours, or sorry, retaining technical staff due to long hours. So the constant battle of dealing with different verticals, again, whether it's retail or maybe emergency services, having to keep staff on all the time so that we're getting these, you're providing the support and having to give that service a top rate, white glove service to your customers. So that's something that is, again, last place, so it's still relevant. So thank you for your participation in that poll. Some of the common challenges here that reiterate with our customers here that are in line with those: too many vendors, expensive models, unhappy staff, reduced profitability, and of course businesses moving back to reactive models. That might be because of more of a self-administered SaaS-driven effort there, or path, with businesses taking on their own sort of support or their own sort of structure for cloud-based file storage, or maybe simplistic software programs coming into play. But truly, there is still a very strong need for MSPs in any vertical, any space, regardless of where you focus. So why remote monitoring and management? Well, the benefits are really clear once you start to peel back the layers. as you start to build into your business, whether you're currently in a break fix or proactive model, as they call them, as you start to build on that business, you're limited if you're trying to scale your business based on break fix. You're limited to the time that you can bill in a week, whereas what we see and work with our partners to grow on is moving to a proactive model where you can actually charge a reoccurring basis, flat fee, a certain amount per month, per device, per server, etc., to monitor and maintain those devices. And then, of course, the critical component of that is scaling, automating those redundant processes, minimizing human touches and manual intervention. The RMM tool is really the core of that business, allowing simplified and consistent onboarding and delivering. Again, streamlining and standardizing those processes internally as an MSP are critical for growth and scale. A single application for viewing all devices and sites. Again, knowing where to go to get that information, having a single vendor to deal with from a relationship standpoint, reducing your operational cost and gaining competitive advantage over those tools or those partners or service providers that are necessarily picking and choosing tools and end up with a very fragmented product stack. So this is where we introduce Managed Workplace. Managed Workplace is a mature RMM product. It's been in place for about 15 years. It's security-centric. At its heart is security. We offer things like advanced monitoring of websites, applications, security settings from a single pane. There's over 135 built-in reports, and there's custom reporting options. We can automate tasks to have remuneration scripts run automatically. You can leverage our built-in scripting, or you can build packages or even import your own scripts. So there's a lot of capability there from an automation scripting perspective. We have a native integrated site security assessment tool. This allows you to get deep visibility into a client's network in as little as an hour or two and provide a score back to them on devices and even details as far as which devices are missing patches, critical and security patches, which devices might have AV or have weak security credentials or be connected to insecure or weakly protected Wi-Fi networks. Along with that, we can also integrate with antivirus and have our Office 365 account management built right into the tool. So this is a very comprehensive RMM product that we're pleased to have in the Barracuda family. So a little bit how it works from a graphical perspective. We have a service center, which is the user interface. It's hosted in AWS. We do also offer an on-premise version that I'll talk about that more in the next slide. But basically, an on-site manager is our network probe. That gets deployed to a site, to a network. It can sit on a Windows workstation or a Windows Server class device. And from there, it goes out and scans the network. So it uses ICMP echo requests to detect and identify. It can scan multiple subnets. It can scan different networks. It has the ability to capture that information. It uses protocols like SSH, SNMP, WMI to authenticate and discover the information on the assets of the network. We also have a device manager, which allows you to install on roaming devices or notebook class devices to get management on those devices when they're out of the office. But the key here is really that agentless deployment through the on-site manager. It allows you to drop an on-site manager into a customer's network, and within 10 or 15 minutes, you start getting visibility on the assets on the network and can manage that network agentlessly. Of course, you can get notifications on things like new devices that are joined or maybe monitor websites, etc., along with all the other components, reporting, automation, patch management, third-party patch scripting, that I've previously hinted on, and we'll get more into that in a second. A little bit about the implementation, the flexible implementation. You can provide better IT service management and more robust IT security through having flexible options. Now, Managed Workplace is designed to be used as an on-premise or as a cloud-based. We're developing and have partners using both of these platforms. So the benefit, of course, is the cloud. We see a lot of partners loving the cloud, moving towards the cloud, adopting it. We've leveraged AWS's environment to scale and grow, be able to take advantage of that robust backend that AWS offers. We have instances all over the world, US, Central Europe, Australia. We automatically update those clouds to the latest version, and it also scales based on that AWS infrastructure. So as we need to add resources, no problem, we can do that while minimizing the maintenance windows. The on-premise version allows you to query the database backend directly. You can host it in your own private cloud or in a data center somewhere, that's an option as well. And you have a little bit more options as far as data retention and querying the database directly, and maintenance windows, of course. You can define those yourself as an on-premise customer. We call these the pillars, and these are the different components, really, as far as a fully featured sort of self-evolving service delivery model. Assess, secure, monitor, and recover. So security is a shifting focus, and it requires constant adapting. So it is required to flex a little bit within this. However, these pillars are really essential even as the landscape shifts. Understanding the business process and behaviors for your customers, identifying vulnerabilities, and assessing the business security. Ties into the components as far as customer management, but also the ability to use the network assessment, site assessment tool in Managed Workplace to identify those weak points or misconfiguration items. Secure, so through scripting, through patching, through configuration identification, you can actually secure those vulnerabilities and implement safeguards. Then we have monitor, which allows you to review, report on those assets, regularly assess them, and then make changes as you see fit to adjust. Lastly, recover. Through our integrated backup system, you can in fact backup and recover and monitor those backups within Managed Workplace. So those are really four foundational components of the Managed Workplace RMM. A little bit about the assessment here, more visibility. 4 categories: AV, patch, user security, and network. These give different verification checks on various components. There's about 60, 70 different checks that happen. That on-site manager gets deployed just as if you were onboarding a specific site or deploying a Managed Workplace instance to a customer, and then you simply enroll the site in the security assessment. It then runs various checks across these 4 categories, and within a couple hours will spit out the information into a dashboard or a report. There's varying levels of reports for different stakeholders, so whether you want to see granularly which devices are in breach of which verification check, or just a high-level report that shows percentages for each category, that's certainly something that we can achieve. The secure component here, whether you're looking at pre-infection or post, or somewhere in the middle as far as acting as a threat occurs, you can see there's different components that come into play here. So these are varying suites, whether it be the multi-factor authentication, patch management, our Content Shield product from Barracuda, integrated antivirus or email security, our image backups and data backups, and then user account control. So that allows us to really dial in across the board from a security standpoint. The services are broken down by AV, backup, disaster recovery, email security. We have an optional white label NOC and help desk services. These are a NOC service which operates on behalf of your team. The help desk, of course, helps you extend your workforce by providing supplemental services without having to staff up. So highly regarded services options for scaling your business. The monitor and manage component, this is the real-time monitoring and alerting component. We have 3 different dashboards in Managed Workplace. You can see on the right, this is our services dashboard, which ties into service plans. This allows partners to standardize their offerings. So whether or not you're offering vertical specific solutions or service delivery models, or you customize your service delivery for each and every customer, this allows you to have service plans built for that to ease deployment and aligning the technology to your service delivery model. Again, centralized dashboard, task automation, patch management. This is an interactive dashboard, so I can go into one of these categories like the 5 devices that need patching, and I can click on that. It's going to bring me into the device with those 5, or the view with those 5 devices needing patching. Continuing along in the monitoring and manage section, comprehensive reporting. As I mentioned previously, there's 135 built-in reports. Some of those are customizable, but more so you can build your own reports or hook into a third-party remote tool using our OData protocol that is connected and supported in the Managed Workplace. So there's very flexible reporting within this tool. Again, the standardized service plans, aligning the technology to your service delivery. We include a feature-rich remote support tool. There's a built-in ticketing from the desktop, from the endpoint level integration, and then the NOC and help desk options as well. The backup and recovery options allow for components like encryption and real-time monitoring and management, granular policy configuration, simplistic approach to recovery, reporting, and disk-to-cloud backup. A little bit about the features and services, of course, monitoring, reporting, automation, remote control, patch management, integrations with products like Office 365, VMware, Hyper-V, very popular with our partners to be able to access those components directly within the RMM product, and then also service plans. Just below that there, we have more of our email, cloud, traditional Barracuda products, antivirus, ESS, cloud backup, threat intelligence, and then we have a NOC and help desk product. The built-in monitoring and reporting. This really features an overview here, so we can see how Managed Workplace and the on-site manager has the ability to go out and look and monitor and scan for local applications. We can automatically apply monitoring policies to those applications. Of course, we can monitor servers and workstations, Mac, Windows, Linux, users, remote devices, network infrastructure like switches, routers, printers, firewalls, virtualization technologies. I mentioned we do have integrations with VMware and Hyper-V that allow you to restore snapshots, take snapshots, put devices in maintenance mode, look at system resource utilization, get visibility on those hypervisors without having to go to each host. And then, of course, we tie into the cloud for Office 365, monitoring, alerting, and also the visibility of doing common components like resetting passwords and understanding how much mail is in people's mailboxes, etc. There's over 500 different types of monitoring and reporting for different applications out of the box. So why Managed Workplace? Well, our partners provide this feedback to us. So these might be from partners who are new to the RMM space, or on the right-hand side, partners who have tried all the RMMs and they end up coming back to Managed Workplace, staying with Managed Workplace, selecting it as their tool of choice for RMM. Now, the partners that are new, they love the simplified deployment. They love the idea of just going through a wizard, sending out the on-site manager and having it go out and do the dirty work for you, collecting that information on the network. They love the built-in monitoring policies and alerts. The fact that it's ready to go out of the gate is nice features to have, like integrated antivirus, premium remote control, our straightforward licensing model, which I'll talk about afterwards, and the ability to monitor, manage, report, and deliver from a single platform. The customers that are experienced with RMM who have looked at our competitors and still choose to use us love the built-in security assessment. It's included at no additional charge. It gives them instant visibility. It's a great business tool for identifying shortcuts or weak points in a customer's network if they're fishing for new business or up against a competitor. They like our advanced patch management. It's similar to WSUS, only has several advantages. The agent and agentless options, again, giving them flexibility to support their customers' infrastructure. Detailed reporting through OData. It's licensed for scale and growth. The custom monitoring, whether you want to monitor custom SNMP traps or specific websites, you can easily set that up in MW to have it go through and alert on those specific thresholds. Automation and remediation, again, scripting, whether you want to import scripts or use our own or create packages, you can have those run as a result of a specific event. So very flexible there. And of course, that integrated NOC and help desk offering to help customers scale up and grow without having to hire full-time employees. The turnkey platform that Managed Workplace offers advantages. Again, the ability to go in and get that network assessment to run out of the gate with minimal effort and provide information right away to the customer where you can talk about remediation of the potential caveats or liabilities that are identified on the network. The integrated services for online backup and email, that allows you to go through and use the same platform as that you deliver your remote monitoring service to for those integrated services, again, streamlining the operation. The NOC and help desk services really help you to scale growth. Again, they're optional, they're very granular, you can pick and choose devices, they onboard those devices, and they act on your behalf. When they liaison with the partner, they liaison on behalf of you, so the partner never knows that they're not dealing with someone from your company. And then again, that free remote tool. This product is scalable through the cloud-based or on-premise options. Again, it's available as an agentless option, so no running around with a USB key trying to install something on every machine. And a flat device fee for the management, whether you're looking for just remote control and alerting, or whether or not you want to take advantage of all the features like reporting and patching and the network assessment. It's all included in a flat device fee. So those are some of the advantages of the Managed Workplace tool. The multi-layer defense system from Barracuda. So looking through the different classes of products, email, application, network data, and the RMM product that brings it all together, we see our managed fish line product, which is looking at end user training for anti-phishing techniques. That involves a series of emails that are composed and tested where we basically poll your customers' end users and attempt to trick them into clicking into a phishing email, and then we capture the results of which users clicked on it, which ones are the liability, and then provide coaching and reporting on the results of that. Our Sentinel product, which is a really advanced product for filtering and capturing and looking at user behavior and identifying email-based threats for brand hijacking or email spoofing. This is really a critical product that we've seen massive growth with, and that's Sentinel. Our email security system, anti-spam product, ESS, and then we have our CAS product. These are all in the email realm. We also have our Content Shield, content filtering, and Content Shield Plus, and then we have our CloudGen firewall and a web application firewall that allows for granular control and also firewall roles in that middle section and the network section. And then down below we have our Barracuda backup, Intronus backup, and Barracuda Intronus Barracuda backup as well. And then bringing it all together, we have Managed Workplace. So this offers a really strong portfolio of services. Again, our principles here are to create, deliver, and demonstrate. So we help you create service offerings through a wide selection of tools and providing the guidance to deliver the services, delivering them profitably by showing you the way to scale the business, standardize your processes, and become very efficient, and demonstrate the values through reporting, through details, through showing the value that you're bringing through the products, through reporting and dashboards, and giving visibility. So this is a very comprehensive product. It can be a little bit overwhelming, so forgive me if I went through it quickly. I'm going to open up now to questions, but while the questions are being populated, you can reach out to us at sales@barracudamsp.com. The phone number there is 1-800-569-0155. There's more information on the website, barracudamsp.com/RMM. You'll find data sheets, product information, videos. You can sign up for demos. We offer trials of this product. We have a team of sales engineers that are veterans with this product that can help you understand how to deploy it, walk through best practices. So this is a very feature-rich product with a huge support system behind it. So certainly do not be shy to adopt this and take advantage of this offer to trial this application, see how it can work for your business to improve efficiency and put security and integrations at the forefront of your managed services business. I'll just take a moment here while those questions come in, and then we'll address them. Alrighty, so first question, what is the price for the on-premise solution? The price is the same. So we charge, basically we charge per device and per server. So those are different tiered pricing models depending on how many endpoints you're looking at managing and monitoring. But each price includes remote control, it includes reporting, it includes patch management and asset management, along with automation and scripting. So it's an all-in fixed fee price per device, per server, depending on the number of devices, regardless of if you host in AWS and have us do the maintenance in the back end and host it for you, or if you choose on-premise and take on that the infrastructure yourself. So the pricing structure is very simple and easy to understand. Do you assess patch security regarding third-party patches like Adobe and Java? That functionality will be coming in the product. We can, in fact, assess that through our automation. So whether we want to talk about the automation component that can script and run patches to update Flash, Java, Chrome, Firefox, QPDF, all of those third-party patches that we can support now, that's something that's feasible through the automation currently, but we will be wrapping it into the patch assessment component of the security, site security assessment. So is this ADG Avast rebranded Managed Workplace? Fantastic question. So this product was acquired by Barracuda. So Barracuda was looking for an RMM and has been looking for an RMM for a long time. They wanted something that had a security focus and was a strong position in the space. So they selected Managed Workplace and acquired just that product. It is not rebranded. Barracuda is the sole owner of the patents and the software itself. So this is now Managed Workplace from Barracuda MSP. That's the only version of Managed Workplace available. We are not licensing it out. Please describe the licensing model. I think I covered that in the cost before. Tell us of the support cost for an MSP. Well, we include support for the product, like many SaaS-based products or perpetual licensed products. So that being said, you have the ability to actually go through and reach support whenever you need to, and from there we work with you to resolution. So we work with the MSP, not the end user. So there isn't a direct support cost. It's wrapped into the contract. Is there a trial available for our team to evaluate the solution? Absolutely. We run trials on this product. You can deploy this to 100 devices or 1,000 devices. You can test out the AV. You can go through it. There's no restriction on the trial. And that's something you can absolutely reach out to at sales@barracuda.msp.com. Do you offer dark web monitoring and DLP protection services on the same platform? Not specifically dark web. We can in fact monitor websites, but there isn't anything specific to dark web built into the application. We can monitor basically anything that WMI and SNMP and SSH can monitor, plus the ability to ping and use ICMP echo requests to check on the status or availability of any servers, devices, etc. So it is quite broad. Is this platform supported by Azure? It will work in an Azure environment or an AWS environment, absolutely. So whether you're using an on-site manager to manage those devices in Azure or AWS, the platform is a sort of agnostic to whether it's a private cloud or a public cloud. It will work the same. It will still manage those servers or devices in that environment without necessarily any caveats to running it in a public or private cloud for that matter. Excellent. Fantastic questions, folks. So thank you again for your participation. Appreciate you joining in. I hope you enjoyed the session today. Again, the information is on the screen, so please feel free to reach out, and we'd be happy to work with you to evaluate this product and see what it can do for your business. Thank you.